Previously on Farscape.
I am Pathfinder Niala.
Wormhole technology.
Garnered at great cost, with potential beyond measure.
Moya was sucked down a wormhole and spat out again. What happened in the middle?
We were not harmed, merely examined.
By who? Niala's Pathfinder buddies?
I couldn't say.
Tres. Dos. Uno. I finally figured out wormholes.
You did it. All that wormhole nonsense we put up with.
Yeah, I can get you home. If I knew where home was or where we are.
And now on Farscape. Exist. Existence. Existence.
How's the English?
Oh. They start small, they grow, and then they change. I don't know, 26 symbols. It should be easy.
Well, they can barely escape their own gravity. He's been out there a long time.
Oh, yeah, he seems to like this particular wormhole for some reason.
He's just learned to speak the language of wormhole.
Wormhole. Wormhole.
If you want to get him back, that's not the language you need to learn.
John, are you there? We're on secure comms.
Is there a problem?
I just caught this apothecary placing drugs in your quarters. She says they help you forget Aaron.
They just dull the pain.
Do they work?
When I double the dose, yeah.
How much perspective have you lost? You know that if you take anything this witch gives you, you have the dose.
Dargo, it ain't none of your business, so forget about it.
I could make something that will help you remember. Oh, soulless Luxon.
John. Oh, John, you have to let her go.
It's more complicated than that. Crichton out.
How is Moya doing?
Much better now that her new filters are blocking this region's electrostatic surges.
Excellent. Next thing you have to do is get over your fear of wormholes. Defying all logic, Crichton may actually figure out how to get us away from the Peacekeepers forever.
Without disrespect, he oftentimes leaps to conclusions prior to leading
Not
us into-
here, pilot. Trust me. I wouldn't have risen to Dominar if I wasn't good at recognizing things before they happen.
You were deposed in a coup led by your own cousin.
Just be ready.
None of them seem to take your warnings very seriously.
Why should they? They have only anecdotal evidence of what the Scarrans intend. Unlike you and I.
Should I accept your proposal to be allies, what assurances do I have that you will watch my back?
Apart from the pleasantness of the task,
You instantly become the most important one to me.
Most important, save Crichton.
Always save Crichton.
Agreed.
3, 2, 1. Ain't you a beautiful thing? Damn, check this puppy out. pilot about time for that pickup, I think.
John?
Break out the docking web anytime now.
Pilot?
Pilot? Pilot!
Doggy, you might want to get the ship. Ready.
My name is John Crichton, an astronaut. 3 years ago, I got shot through a wormhole. I'm in a distant part of the universe, aboard this living ship of escaped prisoners, my friends. I've made enemies, powerful, dangerous. Now all I want is to find a way home, to warn Earth. Look upward and share the wonders I've seen. Kansas. In the winter. Dorgo! Pilot! Oh, hell, I'm getting that going to the Island of Misfit Toys thing. We're just waiting on the Titanic. Well, as long as this old deal doesn't end up with me as an old man. Hello! Nanook! Beelzebub! Yeah, let's get it on. Get it over with. Nice threads. Helps to humanize you. Makes it easier for me to sympathize with your problems.
Time. Time.
What's up?
Time.
Flies.
Time.
Bandits.
Time.
Wounds all healed.
Time.
Rosemary and time's up.
Time.
Either stop pointing guns at people or get a bigger gun.
Time is...
infinite. Relative.
You are quite a simple organism to possess the knowledge you do.
You're only saying that because you don't know me.
Time is meaningless, and yet it is all that exists.
Very Morrissey. My name is
Yes.
John. And yours is...
Unimportant to our encounter.
Exactly. I love how you lay it out there, Einstein. So let me ask you, without getting existential on me, why are we here?
You are present to perish. I am present to effect that outcome.
Oh my God. Day one. How y'all doing? My name's John. John.
It's not to wait for the trails later, microbes, buddy.
Answer him quickly. You know how Luxons can be.
Oh, you betcha.
You ship. What kind is it?
Four-cylinder. Got a plastic Jesus on the dashboard.
Pilot! I demand you give me maneuverability now!
There is nothing I can do. Not while the control collar is still in place.
Hey, why don't you try ripping out that control panel?
Moya can't withstand this assault much longer.
Here's Rigel! Hey, Sparky!
They brought you on board, didn't they? Don't worry, I'll protect you. I'll look after you now. You look after me later.
No offense, Buckwheat, but you couldn't look after a chia pet. Why don't we move this along?
What is the matter with you people?
Tom. Thanks for the memories. Where's the rest of my suit?
This atmosphere will sustain you. Space and time are fused. A set of coordinates for each required to locate a specific event.
Everything happens at a time, in a place. Relativity.
Movement at speed through space becomes movement through time.
Einstein again, 1905. You publish anything since?
Wormholes bridge space-time, creating a unique ability to navigate.
Yeah, wormholes. Been there, done that.
Many times, it seems. And now you unerringly position yourself prior to them opening. How do you possess such knowledge?
Bad luck. Really bad luck. It's a long story, maybe later.
The unconscious knowledge we've given you will guide you. You were already on the right path.
Get out of my head!
Time. Ancients.
Yeah.
I never met another man who was more in touch with his own feelings.
A real hellraiser. And you couldn't help but love him.
Kind of man who would finish a game with a broken leg.
Rescued me from out of nowhere and dropped me right in the middle of my dream job, working on the Farscape project.
Stephen Hawking is a genius, all right, but John is more toward that end of the spectrum than the rest of us.
He would share whatever he had with others.
Can't bear to be without him.
Sorry.
Oh, he was so good in bed.
Wormholes are the one feature that traverse both our realms, which are joined, though never intersect. An aggressive perforation of one would allow an unacceptable incursion of material from your existence into ours.
And who would want to do that?
The biologics of your realm are infinitely more aggressive than ours.
Perhaps. Why don't we table that discussion? Tell me about the ancients.
Members of my species, substantially modified to live in your realm.
They're here to spy on us. Narcs.
To catalog, report, and influence. When they disappeared, we decided to investigate the state of wormhole knowledge in your realm.
You hauled Moya's ass down a wormhole.
I was surprised to discover Leviathan. The expectation was a Pathfinder vessel.
I have just infused our beacon into the Leviathan superstructure.
Those I questioned knew nothing of wormholes. They did, however, mention you repeatedly.
He knows Crichton. Wormholes are his obsession.
You set them free to find me.
Your knowledge is quite extraordinary for one of your realm.
Thanks.
And your many travels inside wormholes, troubling. But now that I've glimpsed your mind, I'm aware this has made you a target of more aggressive species. A liability which must be dealt with.
You stay the hell away from me. Nargo! Pilot! There! Pip! There.
It's you.
What the hell's going on here?
Crawled right up the ass. It's a great plan you came up with.
What about the others?
Dead. Shank's got him. We're the only ones left.
This is not funny. We're done here.
We're done, all right. Everything's gone, and we're next.
Okay, if we're gonna do this, what about the pods, my module?
Maintenance bay. It's a furnace.
Spacesuits?
This floor is the only one that isn't filled with toxic drown.
Kid, knock it off. Let's just get out of here.
Come on, Crichton, we're gonna die. I just want to die doing something fun. Something I like. Something that makes me feel. Your plan didn't work. This is mine.
No! Spectacular. Boy, I gotta hand it to you. You go great. Great illusion. Now I know how Copperfield got shiver.
What you experienced was real.
Well, it felt real.
Real?
Real like the water's not wet. Real like you see with no eyes. No!
Time. Wormholes. The knowledge to unravel events. For that alone, I should kill you.
As a Pa'u, I'm generally the teacher. But with John, I learned as much as I gave.
Whenever he touched me, there was an almost electric caring.
John Crichton made me a better captain.
I sensed a purity of spirit.
Better leader.
A purity of soul.
Better man.
And I'm supposed to just take your word for it. This hair could be as fake as this iceberg, this world. You.
That hair represents a possible outcome, an unrealized reality.
When he'd come over, I'd have to cover up all the mirrors just so he'd spend some of the time looking at me.
My dad and John's mom were brother and sister.
Crichton blew a key tackle. My 3-year-old niece could have tripped this guy up.
It hurt Dad because he loved family so much, but we were forbidden to hang out with John after he was about 15.
You know why he's dead? Pig-headed.
He actually made a couple of passes at me.
We weren't ready for a space trial, not really.
Like I'm gonna sleep with a guy who only has 1 graduate degree.
He was a cheap date, a lousy drunk, and a redneck.
If I say blasphemous, I don't mean in his attitudes toward God. I mean his attitude toward life.
And he was lousy in the sack.
Damn, I always knew Reverend Miller didn't like me, but Caroline, that's a bit of a shock.
This wormhole, you lingered so long I was able to locate you. Describe its fascination.
I don't know. Something just struck me.
It is part of an extensive system, one of untold number, which permeate the space and time of your realm.
Tell me about unrealized reality. Oh no, this is that dream where I wake up in a cell, naked. Thank heaven for simple mercies. Wound at 2. Day 1 again. 2 of 3. Officer Aaron Sun. Special Peacekeeper Commando, Icarian Company, plies our regiment. My name, Jose Jimenez. We got a lot to catch up on. Pretty good, huh? I learned from the best. You.
Why are you out of uniform? What is your rank and regiment?
Baby, you had me at hello.
Rank and regiment. Now. And how do you know my name?
What you should really ask is how I know you've got a birthmark on the sweet spot of your hip.
Every wormhole wormhole system has millions of exits, each to a distinct time and place. Travel from A to B. Now attempt to travel back. You could arrive at point A immediately after you left, or a cycle later, or a cycle earlier, or 10 or 10,000, millions of permutations.
The secret is understanding time.
Not so much understanding as accounting for. Unskilled wanderings create unrealized realities.
So what you showed me wasn't real.
If I had not pulled you back, wherever it was you went would have become your reality from then on.
Does not compute. Are you saying that there's millions of me running around with millions of pathetic lives?
One of you with millions of potential realities, depending on where and when you emerge from this system. If you do.
Time. Going forward's not a problem, is it? Going backward, that screws the pooch.
Should a traveler appear earlier in the timeline of his own existence, he would be but as a pebble.
Cast upon still water.
But the ripples he creates would over time radiate upon far distant shores,
geometrically altering events in its path.
And your ancients gave me just enough knowledge to be dangerous.
Without such input, the odds of anyone else actually appearing at a destination they previously occupied is
so remote as to be mathematically disharmonious.
And why am I not dead already?
I trust the one who entrusted you. But I need to understand why he bestowed this ability. Are you afraid of this knowledge?
No.
There is still time.
Shall we go, sir?
The Scaran spy as you commanded.
Release her.
Sir.
Release her.
After what happened, is that...
Are you questioning my orders?
Release the spy.
Now watch. And learn. Be cool. And no one will get hurt.
What if those already hurt?
Someone, sometime, has to end the madness.
I will never tell you what you want to know.
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. I'm just trying to keep you alive.
Thank you.
God! Stop her! Captain, stay down!
Whatever it was would be you. Could be you. Which is why our vigilance is so high. Why the knowledge to navigate wormholes must be suppressed. And why you trouble me.
You want me not to have the knowledge? Take it out of my head. Kinda surprised that worked. Sorry. This is not me either.
My ability to maintain this environment is weakening.
Just take back what your ancients put in my head.
Impossible. Impractical and possibly imprudent. What do you desire with wormholes?
For starters, to go home.
Your place of origin is where you can do the most damage.
Oh, God.
John!
He's never faithful to his girlfriend.
But he made it perfectly clear that his work was a greater priority than I was.
Womanizing, the drink.
Yes, I got the point.
Drugs.
The point, yes, but the risk. People you don't recognize. A world changed irrevocably by the toss of a pebble.
Well, just shove me back down the wormhole.
I cannot.
Why not? You did it for Moya and Pilot.
Propulsion. You are the first to be brought here without vehicle.
So how the hell am I supposed to get off this rock?
Through the wormhole.
With what propulsion? The smoke you're blowing up my ass?
You possess the knowledge! I have little time. From the moment the ancients implanted that knowledge, you exist to service a larger...
No. No. That's what you want. My name is John Crichton. I'm not your pawn.
Then let us proceed.
John Crichton? Arrogant?
Impulsive.
Self-absorbed?
Insane.
Ignorant?
You tell me. The guy was an idiot.
I once shared unity with that man, and the experience still haunts me.
Don't go any further. That is John Crichton.
I'm glad he's dead.
Why don't you just grab anyone who goes wormholing and be done with it?
Simply the effort to encounter you is massive. We can no more function in your realm than you in ours, which is why the ancients were important to us.
So modify more of your people and send them over.
The endeavor is in hand, but requires time for metamorphosis. Have you truly chosen to help prevent aggressive species from acquiring this knowledge?
As a career? No.
We have little time, and there is much you need exposure to.
What's happening?
I must soon re-enter my realm.
And what happens to me?
If you have learned enough to survive, reinsertion to the wormhole. Now, pay attention and listen sagaciously. From every point of entry, a wormhole branches into multiple paths. A subdivision continues until,
The subdivision
at last,
continues until at length you're deposited back into space-time.
The journey can be random or with purpose.
Destination is the key.
Every portal has a distinct space-time signature.
The only destinations you can realize by design are those of which you have foreknowledge. The more you
travel, the more signatures you will catalog.
Our ancients have given you the ability
to recognize these subtle differences.
Since every destination is surrounded by similar
unrealized realities,
the closer you travel,
the more you must maintain absolute engrossment.
And never return to a familiar place
prior to the last time.
The last time you left.
Prior to the last time you left.
Your next journey may lead to a permanent, unrealized
reality.
Here.
Hot dog.
Hurry.
Hot dog.
Learn. See. Feel.
Did you bring the mustard and onions?
Yeah.
Glad you could make it, son.
Well, I can't stay long. I gotta get back to work.
I was hoping we could have a talk. Hot dog?
Yeah. I always loved your dogs.
Corn on the cob, too. Watermelon, all your favorites.
So, what did you want to talk about?
You. A talk we should have had years ago.
I don't think I'm still a virgin, Dad.
You can't beat this. And I hate to see you waste your energy on the impossible.
Impossible's a daily part of my life.
You remember what we were like centuries before the Scarans conquered us? Weak genes. Disease, death. I think our health and longevity outweigh some personal freedoms, don't you, son?
No.
You never change. But you're young. I never told you this. But when I was young, I wanted to fly too. Space. A dream. But it wasn't to be. And it won't be for you either.
I can't accept this. Any of it.
I know I'm not much of a hero to you, son. But if it means anything, I'd still like to walk on the moon.
This place disintegrates.
Don't let me go again. You gotta put me back in my own time, my own place, but you put me back where you found me.
You can do that yourself.
I don't understand any of this.
There's nothing to understand. It's not a science, John.
It's an art.
You failed me in art. Not to mention third-grade English.
And I still do not understand the proper use of a comma!
You did not forget the A, Johnny. You wrote a report about Mark Twain.
How do I get back to Moya?
Focus on the space-time signature where you entered the wormhole. Every system is like a maze that loops back upon itself.
Focus. Get back to Moya.
After you have left her.
Well, what if I screw up? What if I get there before?
You afraid, buddy?
Yes. No. Maybe.
If you get back to the ship before you left, the pebble that drops will be close to you. Ignore the ripples. Fix the first thing that goes ape.
Fix the first thing. What was that about the ripples?
The elasticity of time allows for unrealized realities to remain so.
Events are matched closely enough to course.
They have a way of restructuring themselves to familiar outcomes.
If nudged closely enough to course, events have a way of restructuring themselves.
Harvey, now. Harvey, now. Harvey, no! Scorpius, now. How?
I mean, I like him, but he was,
Insolent.
Selfish.
competitive.
Obsessive.
Obnoxious.
Unbearable.
Hey, I think we should run. You want to run? Let's run.
Gianna!
Should have run.
Gianna!
I'm coming.
What did you find?
Disease. Barely charged.
They're gone! My love, your love, my love, your love, our love's gone! Suicide! Suicide and they're gone!
Trying to make peace with the peacekeepers. What are you doing? Plot a course.
Of course, yes. You should eat something. Before you die.
John Crichton?
Nope. Not in the space program.
Glasses? Accountant.
See, our families were never close, so I think I only saw him once.
I could look him up in the who's who.
Are you sure I know him?
Maybe he went to state.
At every point of entry, a wormhole branches into multiple paths.
The subdivision continues until at length.
The subdivision continues until...
The journey can be random or with purpose.
Deposited back into space-time.
Destination is the
Destination is the key.
Destination is the key.
Destination is the key.
Pirate! I demand you give me Starburst now.
Starburst? Zan and Aaron are out there under a flag of truce. Doggo's regained consciousness. He and Crichton are eager to leave.
Don't! Don't, they're peaceful. Please. No! Cannot leave my lady! My love, my life!
Transport pods loaded with supplies, but there are marauders waiting to shoot us down. We can't escape.
We're trapped?
That's what we can't escape means. Go help Stark hyperventilate.
Well, if you just let me negotiate.
We mean you no harm.
No.
Well, I could bake some.
Since every destination is surrounded by similar
Unrealized realities.
The closer you travel, the more you must maintain.
The closer you travel, the more you must maintain absolute
engrossment.
Pilot, where are you, you four-armed trout?
Right now, Moya couldn't starburst the length of your stubby little arm.
This stubby little arm is
short, as is our ability to maneuver, accelerate, or defend ourselves.
Why doesn't anything work?
Because, slutty Trelk, of all the half-frelt modifications for his wormhole experiment,
And never return to a familiar place.
Prior to the last time you left.
Prior to the last time you left.
To the last.
Prior to the last time
Prior
you
to
left.
the last time you left.
Now just why won't you help us, Crichton?
Because like everybody else here, I don't want to be here anymore.
You have to fix what you've done.
But
Fix it. Can't you see he's distracted? No. Scott, go on.
This will free you from any thoughts of your betrothed.
No, honestly, she's not on my mind anymore, Grandma.
So big, so beautiful, so blue.
Aaron! Come back to me!
You're very pretty.
Fix it!
Yes, fix it. You really should have picked me over Zan.
Absolutely next time when I'm gonna move house.
It gets worse, morons.
All right, Einstein, anytime now.
We haven't done anything.
Fix Starburst, you miscreant species!
Yachtspot bastard, we had a deal.
A deal? You tried to sell us out.
Let your thicket take a hit. It's every Hungarian for himself.
We're being blasted apart!
This way. Weapons primed.
The peacekeepers have ordered!
Oh, his company's coming. I could bake some skinberry muffins.
Yeah! Let's go and kill peacekeepers.
Shannon, remain at your post.
No.
Starburst, rig for manual activation.
I got it.
Well, that's it. That's it. I quit.
Stay at your post, Shannon.
You know, you suck worse as a captain than you did in bed.
That was helpful.
Can you fix Starburst?
I don't think so. What about your ship?
What ship?
Hola.
Lola was my wife. Are you mocking me on death's threshold?
Never, little big man, never.
Excuse me, but she is having some sort of fit. She's dying.
Happens when I'm stressed.
Stark,
Would be very kind.
pull yourself together. Send her to a better place.
Please, I don't want to die. I don't want to go down like that.
Heal her pain.
Wanna fight? You gotta fight. Do your worst, but I will never be taken prisoner again.
I am bleeding! Will you look at me? I am bleeding!
They're on board. We give them what they want. Anything they want.
Take no prisoners.
Dead cannot die. Corporeal illusion. Return. Replenish. You should be. Should now.
Coming back, Stark.
Always.
No. What are you doing? Giving her a second chance.
Execute on sight. Yes, sir.
Shoot now!
My brother's murderer. You are dead, Crichton.
Captain Chris. I am Dominar Rigel the 16th. I trust our deal will be all...
What you experienced was real.
You afraid, buddy? You afraid, buddy? You afraid, buddy? You afraid, buddy?
Wherever it was you went, would it become your reality from then on? Are you afraid of this knowledge? Are you afraid of this knowledge?
Well done, comrade. Well done.
Your next journey may lead to a permanent, unrealized
unrealized reality.
I almost could not retrieve you.
Yeah, I noticed. We're running out of real estate.
This construct disintegrates. Next time, your reality forever.
Not next time. Leave me.
To die? Why?
Too risky. All of it. Best to leave me.
Are you suddenly becoming afraid?
Yes. Of the damage I can do, yes.
Fear. Fear is the correct answer.
Can't do it.
You would rather die?
Not particularly, but I like my childhood and I don't want to scramble the eggs.
Should aggressive species puncture the wormhole, the consequences for both our realms would be unimaginable.
Ah, screw it. But I am not Kirk, Spock, Luke, Buck, Flash, or Arthur Frellington. I am Dorothy Gale from Kansas. And you are gonna hire more ancients.
Then simply permit yourself to perish prior to reaching a destination.
Moya. After.
Her space-time signature will be familiar, powerful.
Moya.
Fear is your providence.
Feel the force.
Adjust. Maintain focus.
Focus.
Harmony.
When this is over, you're gonna take this crap out of my head.
Someday, should you survive.
After.
Do you now know what it is?